Welcome to Insanely Positive! Your oasis of joy when the world seems grey and full of grumpy faces. I'm Suzanne Freiherz. Thank you for joining me. I'll feed you buckets of joy to bring out your best self so you can live your best life. Hello everyone. This is another episode about how to boost your energy. In the previous two episodes, we talked about how to boost your energy and how to stop burning yourself out. And I already suggested two strategies that helped me greatly and that are easy to include in your daily schedule immediately. Nothing complicated, nothing that takes up a lot of time and effort. Everything I suggest is doable and is immensely powerful. All the strategies help you basically to cool down your whole system. Because as I see it, if you're overworked, if you lack energy, you're literally burning yourself out. And what do you do when you're burning out? You have too much heat, so you need to cool down. When you think about what do you do with your phone when you've left it in the sun for too long and it overheats and shuts down, you put it in the shade and let it cool down. And that's exactly what our system needs as well. So today's strategy, like the other two that I already suggested in the previous episodes, are brilliant cool downs. I suggested you bring something into your life that you do only for fun. And I don't mean go drinking in a bar because, sorry to say, alcohol adds to stress and adds to heat. We all know the feeling that afterwards we're not full of energy. So what I mean is do something that is pure fun and brings you energy. I know that this sounds so easy and so logical. Is it worth doing a whole episode about do something for fun? Yes, I think so. If you are a little bit like me, you know what I mean. I am a hard worker, so is my husband Tom. And I know from experience that when you work a lot and when you love your work and you're very dedicated, it's easy to lose track when it comes to your free time and when it comes to taking time to do something that is not for your job, but only for yourself, only for fun. And that's why I'm doing the episode today, because I think many of us know the feeling and need some encouragement to do something that is just for fun. Let me tell you a little story how I discovered how necessary doing something just for fun is. It was a couple of years ago when Tom and I built our first business and we worked 7 days a week. We worked from morning to late evening, and even when we took short holidays, we kept working. And then after years, we realized that we needed a break, a real break, and that we needed a real holiday. No work. What we did was we flew to New Zealand, and I will never forget one specific moment. It was a couple of days after we arrived, and we sat on the couch in our hotel room in Queenstown. Queenstown is on the southern island of New Zealand. And it is pretty famous and very well known for being this action and adventure city. So we sat there and we had collected dozens of pamphlets with different activities. And there were a lot of options, and we looked at the pamphlets. And then Tom and I realized that we had no idea what we like to do. It was, on the one hand, kind of shocking, and on the other hand, really great to see that what had happened to us over the years. We had focused all our energy on building the business, surviving at first, then growing and meeting the growing demand. And we were so busy with being happy and grateful that we made it and that our dream had come true that we completely forgot that there is a life apart from work. And we forgot to ask ourselves what we love doing in spite of working. And when we sat there and we had all these options, from ziplining to bungee jumping to jet boating, hiking, river cruises, zorbing, and a lot of other stuff, a lot of crazy stuff too. And we had no idea what to choose, because in so many years we have never asked ourselves this question: what do I like? What is fun for me? As I said, it was scary to realize that we were completely lost when it came to our free time, but at the same time it was great because we had the chance to change this. Once you realize something in your life, that's a great moment, because this is the moment where you can make a change, because suddenly you are aware that this is something you don't want in your life anymore, and that's where you can make the change. So it's a great moment to understand something like that. You know what we did? We tried lots of things. We did all kinds of activities and adventures and went horseback riding and ziplining and lugeing and jet boating and lots of other stuff. And we had a blast, and it was fantastic to just remember what it feels like to have real free time. And it was a brand new experience to do something just for fun, to just have a good time. And back then we made a promise to ourselves to never ever forget how important it is to have fun in life, and no matter how much we love our work, we still need stuff that is not work. And that's why I'm doing this episode today, because I know how important it is. So I suggest that you do something for fun on a regular basis. If you are like Tom and me, and you feel fulfilled when you work, yay! But also take time to find out, what do you love doing besides working? And really, it can be anything. Every little space in your life where you do something just because it makes you feel good is brilliant. No matter what it is, just something that kind of makes no sense other than it brings you joy. Give yourself space to find out what you love. Try, I don't know, writing a poem or bake a cake or something. And if you like it, yay, and do it again. But if you don't like it, it's fine too, because then you know, that's not my thing. And then you can try something else until you find something that you love. If you like reading a book, for example, maybe you choose a book every once in a while that has no educational value whatsoever. Maybe you love reading and you always read books that help you in your specific business field and books that are always educational. But maybe every once in a while you choose something that is just for you and just for fun. And it doesn't matter if you remember every little detail in the book, because it's just for fun. I used to read a lot as a kid, and I kept reading, but I switched to books that deepened my knowledge and that helped me in my job. And I completely forgot to read for pleasure. And when I rediscovered reading for pleasure, it was like finding a piece of myself again that I had forgot or I had lost some time ago. So for me, reading for pleasure not only makes me happy, it also dissolves any kind of stress I might have. And it always feels like coming home to myself. And that's what I mean when I say do something for fun. Something that is purely for yourself and for your happiness and for your well-being. And also, it makes sense to do something just for fun. Even though I said earlier, it doesn't make sense at all. When you look a little deeper, it always makes sense. Because even when you do something that is not educational at all, and you feel like you don't learn anything for your job, you always learn for life. And you always make new connections. Maybe new connections in your brain, or new connections with humans, or a part of yourself that you didn't know you have. You always reduce stress when you do something you enjoy. And you come home to yourself and you remember that you are more than your job. You relax, you free yourself from stress, from tension, and you boost your energy. So, create a space in your life where you have nothing to achieve or prove. No one judges you. You don't compete and compare to others. You do your thing. And you're completely free from everything that causes you so much stress and pressure in your daily life. And I see so many humans bring the same competitive attitude they have in their work into their free time. I see so many humans, when they go running, they look like they are being chased by someone instead of laughing and glowing and really enjoying their free time. Or people post their best results when they go running on social media in order to get applause for what they're doing. Or maybe people go to yoga and then they get caught up in overcomplicating poses and focusing on all kinds of technical stuff instead of just truly listening to their body. Or they make a competition out of yoga and they want to be able to do handstand or whatever kind of complicated pose. And what they do is they just search another achievement they can boast about. And yes, sure, it may seem like fun, but when you ask yourself, is that really my fun time to recharge and recover? Does it have value for myself, even if I tell no one about it? Is it my own personal treasure that helps me to love myself and life even more? Because that is what fun is. You just enjoy. You don't need anyone's approval or applause. It's just for you. And when I teach Yuna classes, I make sure to create a space that is free from judgment and labels and levels and competition and pressure, because I think we need that. I think we have enough of all this stuff in our jobs, and some of us even in our free time. So in my classes, everyone is free to sweat and to move and to stretch as much as they feel is good for them that specific day, because we're different every day. And I see that in this space, something magical happens. I see people lighting up. It's amazing to watch someone's face when all the tension transforms into a smile and a sparkle is in their eyes. So what I do is I never tell anyone, well done, or well, that looks great, or wow, you're so strong and flexible. It may sound strange, but I don't want to comment on their practice because it's their personal thing. I don't judge, and instead I say things like, enjoy how good that feels, or be proud of yourself that you're taking such great care of yourself. Or I say stuff like, there is nothing to prove because you're welcome as you are. Or I invite everyone, trust yourself and do what feels good. And it is amazing when people stop struggling and understand that they are valued and completely welcome as they are, as humans, not for what they do. We release an inner power and a joy that completely changes everything, not only the state of mind, but also the perspective, the focus, and also the bodies. In this environment, tension they had for years just melts away because finally there is no pressure to perform. So I encourage everybody to just do what feels good. And it doesn't matter if it's 10 more push-ups or if it's taking a break. Go for it and enjoy whatever you choose. No option is better than another one. This is a playground. I think this is what our free time should be, a playground, not a competition. So in my classes, you don't need to prove how amazing you are because I can already see it. Not by what you do, but because you're here and you're pure life force. And that is amazing. So I encourage you all to find something where you stop caring if it looks good what you're doing, or if others see it and admire you for what you're doing. Don't tie your self-worth to the appreciation you get from others. Who cares what others think? Begin to care what you think and what you want to be. I invite you today, begin to do something for your own sake and well-being, not for appearance, not to get approval. These are all things that come and go. Establish a connection to yourself and build your self-esteem, because these are things that last forever. It's like a treasure in the heart, like I said before. This is what doing something for fun means. It is a treasure in the heart. Begin to value yourself, you, the amazing, unique being, not the things you do. And I created my personal mantra for my fun time to just remind myself what it means. And it is very simple and it is very powerful, like most things in life are, right? It's always the simple things that contain the most power. And before I share it, this mantra, before I share it with you, let me invite you to experience the unique atmosphere I was just describing that I create in my classes. Let me invite you to do the classes or my courses and you can experience it in the comfort of your own home. Just go on my website, yuna.com, yuna.com. You can find the link in the show notes and have a look at the classes and courses. And they all contain this purely positive and welcoming vibes, and they create a real change in your life. This is true me time. This is pure fun time. No one who judges about you. This is just about you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. And now, my mantra for my personal fun time. As I said, it is very simple, but it has so much power, and I think it's exactly what you need to hear when you feel burned out. And I hope you'll include it into your life, and maybe you even write it down somewhere and pin it on a wall, or you do a screenshot and this is your new background on your phone or computer or tablet, so you can always see it. And it's a reminder for you how important it is to do something just for fun. Here it is. I can, I may, I want, but I don't have to. To me, this is like a magic spell. It is so unbelievably relaxing and joyful just to think of these words. And I hope they have the same effect on you. And that's it for today. If you haven't heard the previous episodes about how to boost your energy and to stop burning yourself out, listen to the previous episodes. I suggested 2 other strategies, and I've got fantastic feedback. Thank you all for giving me feedback that this is really helpful. Biggest hugs and big smile. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your life. Wherever you are, whatever you do, let positivity pervade your beautiful heart, your beautiful mind, your beautiful body, and everything that you are. And make sure to create joy and bliss. Shed the negative. The new normal is insanely positive.